Cybercrime, wire fraud, is a growing potential threat in real estate transactions. Criminals have hacked into the emails of real estate agents, lenders, escrow agents, closing attorneys, anyone involved in the transactions. So first, in this video, what I want to do is just briefly go over a couple of examples. I got these just by doing a Google search. In Samford, Connecticut, a resident was trying to buy a home through a real estate agent. A criminal had hacked into their email and convinced them to wire the money to the wrong account. Now, luckily in this case, the funds were frozen in time and the buyer was able to recover their money. But it was over $400,000. So could you imagine if you lost $400,000? In Chicago, a buyer wasn't as lucky. The buyer had saved for years to make a down payment. They were prepared to put $40,000 down on a home. They spoke with a paralegal for the transaction who said that they would send the wire instructions to the buyer in the following week. But that same day, the buyer got an email who they thought was from that same paralegal that they had just spoken to. And the email said that the money needed to be wired sooner rather than later. The email included pertinent information to the transaction. It had the correct down payment, the address of the property, the mortgage amount. So this person had probably hacked into other email to get that information. The buyer went to the bank and sent the $40,000. The following Monday, the home buyer got a call from the attorney's paralegal asking them about the down payment on the home. The buyer said that they had already wired it according to the email that they had sent, and the paralegal kind of responded saying, email? I didn't send any email. After taking a closer look at the email, the buyer realized that the sender's email address was similar to that of the paralegals, but it had 2 extra letters in it. So looked identical, but was just a bit different. They ended up losing their down payment that they had saved for years. So, using email, hackers have used fraudulent wire instructions to direct parties to wire funds to the criminals' bank accounts, often offshore accounts, with little hope of ever getting that money recovered. It also appears that some hackers have provided false phone numbers for verifying the wire instructions. In those cases, the buyer calls the false number to confirm the wiring instructions, and they end up sending it to the criminal's account. Sellers have also had their sales proceeds taken through similar schemes. So let's go over some things to be aware of to help you avoid being a victim of this cybercrime. A real estate agent should never send you wire instructions by email. They really should come from the escrow agent or the closing attorney, possibly the lender, but usually those other. If anything else happens, be very skeptical and try to confirm. Get the phone number of the closing attorney or escrow agent early on in the transaction. Try to confirm it. I would recommend trying to kind of confirm it independently by going to the closing attorney's website, possibly calling them, talking to them, just to be sure. Always call that verified number to orally confirm any wire instructions that you have. Be alert for the slightest differences. Confirm the bank account routing number, the account number, any other codes pertinent to the transaction. Avoid sending sensitive personal information by emails or texts. Provide that information orally over the phone or directly in person to the escrow officer. If you haven't done it already, take steps to secure the system that you're using for your email. These could include using a strong password, changing your password frequently, using secure Wi-Fi, or using a two-step verification process. If an email or telephone call seems suspicious at all, refrain from taking any actions until you've had the chance to independently verify that communication. Promptly notify your bank, your real estate agent, or escrow officer if anything is suspicious. In summary, just be alert, be skeptical, and be aware. Thanks.